Welcome back to Fire Emblem. So, apparently I'm just an apprentice tactician. So, I thought apprentices generally had masters. Oh well. Yeah, this game doesn't have a world map like in Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. So, everything happens automatically. There's no chance to stop and shop or grind on enemies or anything like that. And it kind of makes it more punishing if you don't level up your characters properly. Basically because there's no chance to stop, so if you don't do things right, then there's no chance to go and fix that. You can't stop and fix everything, basically change everything so that your characters are higher levels or get your near broken equipment back. I hadn't even touched up on that. Weapons can only be used a certain number of times before they just shatter, like become completely unusable. It makes sense with stuff like bows, because I figure it just means like arrows or something, but then you'll get like an iron sword with 36 hits. And it just seems like if swords were that fragile, wars would be very difficult to fight. Anyways, now we're being introduced to Sane, the Green Knight. So yeah, his whole gimmick is he likes women. And he thinks they all like him. Surely this is the most original archetype ever. And he's some ceiling. I don't know. However you pronounce that. Sailin. But yeah, he loves Lynn, I guess. Well, all women, but also Lynn. But yeah, Lynn doesn't have any of that. And this is Kent, who is, I don't know, the other half of the duo. He's the straight man to Sane's funny guy. They honestly remind me of like some sort of married couple. The arguments they have, and just the way they exchange words and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I can't really imagine what kind of tone they'd even have. But I love how curt Lynn is with these guys though, like, she's not giving them the time of day at all. And then Sane just ruins everything. Yeah. But you have to claim her. That's how women work. You have to say, mine. But yeah, Kent's not into that kind of thing. I am not like that, okay? Oh, she might be what? Well, we're not going to find out just yet. Run, we're being pursued. Could it be by those knights? That'd be the most terrible thing. We're being pursued by people who think I'm pretty. Ah! Seriously, why is the first reaction, run, we're being chased by those knights, ah! But yeah. No, being chased by bandits, what a surprise. Truly, this is the most threatening surprise. Oh, spoilers, her name's Lindith. I guess I should have put a spoiler tag last time I mentioned this. Because yeah, her name's not Lynn, it's Lindis, but everyone calls her Lynn. And yeah, it kind of running into a theme, in case you haven't noticed yet. every single man in this entire game is smitten with Lyn. They're just like, oh, you're so pretty, too bad I have to kill you. Oh, you're so pretty, too bad we have to, I don't know, save you from, yeah. Oh, you're pretty, too bad you hate me. Yeah, it's actually kind of weird as I look back on it. Anyways, Sane and Kent to the rescue. They become your first squad mates. And this is a bit more of an open battle with more enemies, but it still runs very much on autopilot, so still very little risk of anything real damaging happening. Fire Emblem has a kind of a weird sort of faux Arthurian accent, I guess, kind of Arthurian, I don't know, but it's very proper, even with like the comedy characters they have. They always speak properly, it seems. I've always wondered if that would like just sort of be part of the world or what they were going for with that, because it kind of does seem out of place, kind of, honestly. I like the writing of Fire Emblem Awakening there, because they do away with that with characters that it doesn't make sense for. That's it. I'm not knocking this game's writing at all. All the Fire Emblem games I've played have had fantastic writing. And now to lead a battle. Oh, what? You thought you just get to control it? Ha! No. Tutorials! Oh yeah, blue ally. That's what they are. But you couldn't have figured that one out. Red ones are also evil, by the way, but spoiler. Seriously, anyone who's seen Star Wars can tell you this. Yeah, so when an ally dies, they can't come back for the rest of the tutorial. Not the game, the tutorial. But the tutorial goes on for a very long time. It's Sane time. Oh man, I need to play this gameplay. But yeah, still on autopilot. This game does not trust its players whatsoever. Yeah, so yeah, that it's always guaranteed to miss. It's always guaranteed to hit Sane. And also, yeah, one little point: you get 1 experience point for a battle, no matter what, even if you don't land a hit, or if an enemy just hits you and you can't fight back. You always get at least 1 experience point, but I'm not really sure why. So yeah, he talks about taking fighting seriously, but Sane is the more powerful character. He has a fair bit higher strength, which makes him, in my opinion, a more useful unit. Kent is built more around defense, so he's good for absorbing hits, but he's not as strong. He has more accuracy though. They balance each other out really, but at the end of the day, I just take more power over pretty much any other stat. Although with enough speed they can do double hits, but I guess I'll get to that when that actually comes up. I wish I could quit you, Sane. So yeah, in case you haven't figured out, what's going on with this level is Sane's gonna herp around and make all the mistakes you possibly make in this game, and then Kent is gonna come and fix them, and that'll show you how to play the game properly and how not to play properly. So yeah, the weapon triangle. Basically, there's 3 types of melee weapons in this game. Well, there's a bit more to it than that, but I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, basically there's lances, axes, and swords, and each one is weak to one and strong to another. It's rock, paper, scissors. So it's not essential to use the best weapons against the right. It's not essential, for example, to use a sword against an axe, that kind of thing. But it'll go a long way because it improves accuracy by a lot, and in a lot of cases, it'll also give you a chance to have a double hit. Basically, where you attack twice. Such is the case with Lyn. But yeah, you can still hit without the proper weapon, you just have a lower chance. Even then, there are a lot of cases where it'll still give you a 100% hit rate, even with the wrong weapon. So don't worry about it too much. Like, don't not attack just because you have the wrong weapon, quote unquote. And yeah, Sane's being overconfident. How much you want to bet that he's going to fail? Yeah, I don't get that though. Like, they're trying to illustrate, oh, he's in the grass, so it's much impossible to hit. His hit percentage was 87%. That would have hit. I don't care what you say. It wasn't. Just they should have done something more with that. Like, I don't know, made it 47%, like how the what's it called, Bandit. They had a really low hit percent, so that made sense when he missed. But 87%, that's like pretty much a guarantee. But yeah, so you can take cover in different types of terrain. They give you advantages. And then there are terrain that you can't cross, such as mountain or water. Well, mountain can be crossed by people on foot, but if you have a horse, you can't cross a mountain. And then there's like walls and stuff, obviously. You know, they explain this in the dialogue well enough. They don't really need a whole nother tutorial right after it to explain exactly what they just explained. But yeah, this won't be going away anytime soon, so might want to get a snack or something while I wait for this. I'm hungry. Thinking about the food that's waiting in my cupboard. Terrain gives advantages to both you and your enemy. See how fast I can say that? Everyone's very quick to trust me in this game. Well, 26% chance. But look, he has a 3% chance higher of landing a hit. So he does, but no, Sane. We can't let him be successful. And I like how I'm the tactician, yet they're the ones telling me every single thing to do. It's like, oh, command me to go here and do this. Can't they just assume the player is smart enough to think, they told me it's a good idea to go here, so I'll go here. Is that really that difficult to figure out? Also, I've gotta love the strategic AI of this game. Let's attack the person who is in cover, because that gives me a lower chance of landing a hit. Perfect. Yeah, another thing about Sane is that he kind of falls in the archetype of being egotistical, but it being warranted, which I really don't like. I don't really think a person should be egotistical no matter how valid their point is. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm really strong and awesome knight, and he actually is. I hate that. Oh yeah, you can also trade items. Forgot to bring that up back when Sane was a herp. But yeah, you can trade, and then also if you trade like a vulnerary, then you can use it to heal right away. So it's pretty handy, honestly. Like, if you desperately need a heal right away and the person doesn't have a vulnerary, then you just get them to trade and you can use it. It's not really a technique I use all that much. I try to just play more on the side of caution than anything else, but it's a handy thing to use in a pinch. Something I don't like, however, is that they're making me basically waste this vulnerary. See, I would be using my turn to take out that thug, but no. He's desperately heal that health. He's not even a critical. He has 13 HP. That's plenty at this point. So yeah, they're kind of forced to do stuff that isn't really even strategically sound, so I guess this is getting to the point where it's just I know what I should be doing and the game's trying to teach me the basics, but it just frustrates me because I have a better strategy, basically. It kind of strikes me now that they're not looking directly at each other. It just looks really awkward to me. I don't think it's possible for this to be more drawn out. Oh, no, wait, this could be Final Fantasy 13. My bad. Man, I bring that up a lot in this. Whew. Oh, that was a close shave. Yeah, that wasn't a really good example, but the vulnerary is healed 10 HP, not like 6 or whatever that was. So yeah, it was a waste of a vulnerary, waste of a turn. Should have just used to take out that thug, but no. Why do you keep going with thugs? Bandit. Then bandit, thug, whatever. Oh yeah. If you have a mount, then you can move again after you use an item, but you can't do anything else like attack or something like that. I have honestly not found much use for it. I guess if you want to use them to like clog an entrance or something like that, so enemies can't spill in and harm your weaker allies, but as a rule, it's just not really that useful. Oh, actually, no, there's something pretty handy. If you use them to rescue someone, you can usually use that to take them back. But rescuing hasn't really been talked about quite yet. I don't know if they actually have a tutorial for rescuing at all now I think about it. But what do I know? Oh man, there's been so many tutorials in this fight. I think I have to cut it off here. So, see you next time for the rest of the fight.